Hello and welcome to Indie Comic Ninja. I'm Dexter Jacobs, your host, and this is episode number 9, where we're talking about Midwest Comicon and a new store. That's right. This last weekend, I went to the Midwest Comicon, the local con here in Des Moines, Iowa, where we record the Indie Comic Ninja podcast. This is, I guess, technically the first con that I know for sure I went to. There was one I went to like 10 years ago. I have no idea what it was. It was here in Des Moines, but it was mostly bootlegs, and so I don't know what that was. But I believe it was 5 years ago now. I went to Icon, which is what turned into Midwest Comic-Con, and I know for a fact that 3 years ago is when I went, and I met a ton of guys who were making indie comics, and they just impressed me so much that I had to find out how to get more comics that were indie made, and then that is the birth of this podcast. So this is the con that kind of inspired everything, or that at least brought everyone together that inspired everything for this podcast. So it's a little close to my heart. It was a lot of fun to be able to have a table this year. I got to meet a lot of creators, and just got to hang out the whole weekend, meet some potential listeners. So if you saw me out there, shout out, say hi on Twitter or Facebook, wherever you can find me on social media. It would be great. But before we really get into that, I want to announce, I guess, I have a shop. If you go to shop.indiecomic.ninja, you will find two things. A t-shirt. It's an unbranded shirt. It just says Indie Comics. It's in that classic baseball style that you see in all the TV shows whenever there's a character who's like playing baseball or something. It's just a t-shirt. It says Indie Comics, and the last letter like kind of swooshes underneath it. It's white ink on a heather red shirt. It's a nice soft fabric. There'll be some pictures in social media. If you head over to Twitter, actually, it's in my cover photo, so you can see it there. But otherwise, yeah, like I said, I'll be posting some pictures of these things. If you just go to that website, shop.indiecomic.ninja, you'll see, a picture of it there. And then you can just go ahead and buy like 1 or 5, depending on how many people you love that also love indie comics. So it's unbranded, so you don't even have to like my podcast or even know what it is to be able to enjoy the shirt and share with the world your love of indie comics. So that's that. And like I said, you can find us on the social network of Facebook, of Twitter, Instagram. Those are the 3, I guess, that I'm on. So just look up Indie Comic Ninja. You'll find me. Go over to iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio app. Trying to think. There's a couple others that I'm on that are weird apps for podcasting, but hey, I'm on there, but you're already listening, so you know exactly where to find me, unless you're listening on my website, at which point then go to one of those things and find me and download some more episodes and listen to a few of these episodes I'm about to kind of talk about. This is a bit of a recap episode. I didn't get an interview in because I was prepping so much for this con. It was a blast. I got to see a lot of the guys that the local guys, at least, that I've interviewed in the past. There are 2 guys that aren't local. I'll hit them up real quick. Russell Nolte of Wannabe Press. He's in LA, so I doubt would ever come to an Iowa con. Hey, but man, if you ever make it out, it'd be a blast to get to talk to you in person. Maybe I'll see you, at San Diego or C2E2 sometime. That would be a lot of fun to get to meet you in person. The other guy is Derek Becker. He's out of Michigan, so I don't know if he ever makes it this far west. But he's a guy that I definitely will be looking for when I get to go to C2E2, I know. And I do gotta say, man, Derek Becker, if you're listening, I got my first piece of art. I have a commission piece from a few years ago from Jack Kotz. It's of Lobster Johnson, but this is the first piece of original art. It's a page from a comic I got from the amazing Phil Hester. This last October, for my birthday, I went out and bought got the book Mythic. So hands down, if you have not read this book Mythic, you really should. It's a fantastic read. I then went back and read The Wretch, which is also extremely good. And he's a local guy from Iowa, but he's worked on some big things from what I understand. Swamp Thing, and a few other books from, that's just the big one that I can remember. But yeah, he's worked for DC, and I know he's done some things with other stuff and things, but he's doing a lot of the indie stuff lately. So hopefully, I mentioned to him interviewing him sometime in the future. So we'll see if we can get that from him. But I got the last page from the comic he just illustrated. He did the pencils for, called Shipwreck. It's a fantastic book as well. I got to meet the inker, Eric Gapster, as well. Two just can't be the nicest guys in. No, they got to be the nicest guys in comics. Just had a great time talking to them, and seeing how they work and collaborate. It was really cool. But then yeah, moving on. I got to share a table. Here we go, with the great Thom Hotka of 515comics.com. Good friend of mine. He's the first interview in this show, episode number 2. So if you want to go back, you can learn more about his webcomic Nextus. You can go to the website 515comics.com or Nextus, Nextuus.com. And just be able to read his book. It's a really good outer space adventure, treasure seeking adventure, I suppose. The really easiest way to say it is Indiana Jones meets Star Wars, I guess. But it's a really good read. I have to say I definitely started reading it and enjoying it before we were friends. It's not just me being nice. So thanks, Tom, for letting me share a table with you. It was a blast. And then Austin Allen Hamblin was there, selling. If you listen to episode 4, he was talking about a Kickstarter he was going to, I think, get going pretty soon after that interview. It's since gone and passed and successfully funded. So he was selling that book. It's an omnibus, I guess, or just the collected works of punk and rock. Just outer space, crazy hijinks, 2 aliens, bounty hunter, mercenary types. I don't know. I think they just kind of get into trouble and get out of it because they're just 2 bad dudes. But it was a lot of fun getting to talk to Austin, and get to actually meet him in person finally. It was really cool. It's good to see you there, man. Also, Jonathan Sims actually was tabled right next to Mr. Hamblin, selling his book Floating Bunny Head, as well as some enamel pins, which I think he was gonna start a shop up. So if you look for him, go to skelenot.com, or I think that's it. I'll put him in the show notes, but you can find his comic to buy online, I'm sure, as well as the Pizza Skull pins that he'll be selling. But he also, right now, I believe, has a Kickstarter going on. So the one we talked about in episode number 7 did not fund, sadly. It was a book that I was super, super jazzed about and would have been really awesome to have gotten. But sadly, like I said, it didn't fund, but he just successfully funded within like a day or 2, I think. So congrats on that. It's Snack Attack, the coloring book. A bit smaller of a goal, I suppose, which is maybe why it got hit so fast, but you can back it now and know for sure that you're going to get it. It's a coloring book with a lot of his art in there of various snacks attacking, I suppose. There are several levels with a shirt with a skeleton skating on a skateboard, on a piece of pizza, because that's just awesome. As well as another enamel pin with that skeleton's head, and several other tiers where you can get some pretty cool goodies. It was a lot of fun getting to talk to you, John, and get to see you. So that was awesome. Then last, episode number 8, the last one I just did. I got to see Joshua D Howell again. He was fresh, maybe not fresh, but just recently back-ish from New York Comicon. Said he had a blast. He sold 3/4 of his supply for his book, but still had plenty to sell at the Midwest Comic-Con. It was cool to see him. He had his fancy typewriter out, just plugging away whenever I walked up to his booth. So expect some more great stories out of that guy for sure. I want to put up a shout out to a few people that I met and saw as well. I finally met the other 2 guys of a trio from Minneapolis. Corey Fox, Anthony Hary, and Brandon Hoon wrote a book called Chapel Honor Part 1. So it's going to be a 3-part series. From what I understand, it's going to eventually be a trilogy of trilogies, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet. But I had a really great talk with Anthony, for sure, and have some plans to get him on the show at some point to continue talking just about comics and writing in general. He had a lot of good insight, and just a really humble guy. It was great to get to talk to him. Look forward to being able to talk to him some more. I also, ran into a number of people. Data Red Publishing, Justin Spanky Cermak, I think. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that last name. He was a great guy. Got his book. RoboCats vs. Thunderdogs. It's a nice, I don't know, little. I don't know how many pages this is. It's a good size for. It's definitely not a single issue, but it's not like a thick trade paperback, I suppose. Maybe about 3 issues worth of content there. But it's kid friendly for sure, which is kind of why I was excited about it for when my son's a little older and can read some comics with me. Something good for him. But I saw Austin Hamblin picked it up as well, so I trust that man's judgment very much. So go check out RoboCats, Thunderdogs, Data Red Comics. It was good talking to that guy, Spanky, if that is your real name. Look forward to me trying to get him for an interview as well. And then I picked up a lot of business cards. Had some good talks, especially with this gentleman by the name of Nick Maida. So many last names that are hard to pronounce. But sir, I had a good talk with you about Ninja Turtles. We agreed that Casey Jones is awesome, but had a slight disagreement on who is the best turtle. Everyone knows it's Donatello. He insisted it was Leonardo. But whatever. I guess, we can't all be right. Sorry, Nick, but we just can't all be right. And his lady friend that was with him at his table has a podcast as well. If you're into horror, it's a fictionalization story as podcast called Hollow. So you want to check that out if you like horror over at Hollow Podcast. Find that on Facebook. Another person I ran into was Kate McDonough. Pretty interesting looking comic. She has a web comic for kind of covers anxiety, I think, and kind of putting it in a more like finding the funny side of anxiety, I suppose. So it's an interesting read. I enjoyed. I looked through it a little bit. If you go to prettyugly.com, you can find those comics and be able to find out more about Katie McDonough. And there's no way I can forget running into and thoroughly enjoying seeing Jet Falco again. He's a gentleman who has a website, dreamersecho.com, where he has his webcomic about a... I don't know how to really describe it. There's something involving dreams and dying and coming back to life and solving problems. I don't know. It's definitely worth a read. Go head over to dreamersecho.com and getting into that story. It's maybe more fantasy, kind of an anime style, I suppose, but definitely an enjoyable read. And it was great to see you again, Jet Falco, as always. So I think that was it. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. I talked to so many people. Candlelight Press was another one I talked to. He's a gentleman I'm sure I'm going to have an interview with down the road. He's been in the industry for 10 years and making books and comics for quite some time then. So he'll have some good advice, I'm sure, for comic making. But gotta say again, thanks to Phil Hester and Eric Gapster for the exceptional art piece that I have hanging in my office already, and getting to see a ton of people. Thanks for the comics. Thanks for the conversations. It was a lot of fun. And thanks to all the guys who put on the Midwest Comicon. It was a lot of fun, and I look forward to being there next year. But yeah, so I guess I'll just be seeing everybody next month. or whatever, talking to everybody next month with a new interview. And I just ask, yeah, don't forget to look at the shop at those shirts. You can also, I think I remember now, I said there's two things. There's shirts and donation button. So if you just really like this podcast, you can just donate some money and be a kind person, I suppose. I'll send you a sticker if you do. But yeah, so thank you very much. Thanks for listening. As always, head over to wherever you downloaded this podcast. Give us a review. If you have any questions or comments, you can always email me at info@indiecomic.ninja. Find us online, indiecomic.ninja. Find us on the social medias at indiecomic ninja. So thanks very much again for listening. See you next month.